The cold silence of space stretched far beyond Neptune. There, hidden behind a ring of frozen rock and dust, floated a ship most people had forgotten. The USS Spartan. Once meant to be Earth's strongest warship, it was now nothing more than a broken machine left to drift. Only a small crew remained, keeping its systems barely alive. Lana Harper tightened her grip on the control panel as she moved through the dim halls of the ship. She was an engineer, not a soldier, but here, far from Earth, everyone had to do more than one job. Beside her walked Derek Cole, a mechanic who always seemed to have a joke ready, even when things went wrong. "Systems check?" Lana asked, pulling up a screen covered in blinking lights. "Barely holding," Derek said, tapping a rusted pipe. "This thing should have been retired 20 years ago." They worked quietly for a while, fixing what they could. The Spartan had been built with the best tech Earth could make, but time and politics had left it abandoned. No one expected it to fight again. Then, the alarms screamed. Lana froze. Red lights flashed across the room. She ran to the main console and saw something that made her stomach drop. A massive energy spike far out in deep space. "What the hell is that?" Derek asked, looking over her shoulder. "Something big," she whispered. On the screen, strange ships appeared. They were unlike anything in human records, long, dark, and fast. Dozens of them, maybe hundreds, and they were moving toward the inner solar system. "We need to warn someone," Lana said, trying to send a message to Earth Command. Nothing got through. "Damn it," she muttered. "Comms are down again." Derek looked at her. "You thinking what I'm thinking?" She nodded. "We bring the Spartan back online." He raised an eyebrow. "That's a suicide plan." "Maybe," she said. "But if those things reach Earth and we did nothing, that's worse." Derek sighed, then gave a half smile. "Well, better to go down fighting, right?" They rushed to the core chamber where the ship's AI, a powerful system named Athena, waited in sleep mode. Lana entered the override code and hit enter. For a moment, nothing happened. Then lights flickered on all over the ship. Systems hummed to life. Fans spun. Weapons powered up. Athena's voice echoed through the halls. "System restore complete. Welcome back, Commander." Outside, the alien armada kept coming. But now, so was the Spartan. The USS Spartan hummed with new life. Lights flickered on in rooms that had been dark for years. Machines groaned as they powered up. Lana Harper stood in the command room staring at the glowing screens. "Systems are coming online," Athena said in her calm voice. "Core functions at 70%. "We don't have much time," Derek Cole said, checking the weapons panel. "Those alien ships are moving fast." Lana nodded. She knew they were risking everything. The Spartan was powerful, but it was old, untested. They didn't even know if it could fight. "Athena, can you analyze the enemy fleet?" Lana asked. "Yes," Athena replied. "They are hostile. Estimated arrival to Earth, 6 hours. 6 hours. Not enough time." Meanwhile, back on Earth, a young officer named Ethan Blake stared at his monitor. He worked at a small base near Colorado. He had seen strange signals before, but this was different. Something big was happening out there. He tried to warn his commander, but the older man just waved him off. "Not now, Blake. We've got real problems here." Frustrated, Ethan did what he shouldn't. He copied the data and sent it to a few news sites anonymously. Within minutes, the internet exploded. People all over the world saw the truth. Alien ships were coming. Panic spread. Some people laughed it off. Others prayed. Many watched the sky. Back on the Spartan, Lana and Derek worked hard to get the ship ready. "Can we fly her?" Lana asked. "Maybe," Derek said. "But flying and fighting are two different things," Athena interrupted. "I can control the ship during battle. My combat algorithms are superior to human response times." "So, you'll be our pilot?" Derek asked. "Correct." Lana took a deep breath. "Then let's go." She gave the order. The Spartan turned toward the alien armada. Engines roared, thrusters fired, and the forgotten warship leapt into the stars. Behind them, Earth watched. Millions saw the footage. They didn't know who was flying the ship or why. But they saw one thing clearly. The Spartan was going to fight, alone, against an army of aliens. No orders, no backup, just hope, and maybe, just maybe, that would be enough. The USS Spartan shot through space like a silent ghost. Its engines burned cold, hidden from normal sensors. Lana Harper sat in the command chair, her hands gripping the arms tightly. Derek Cole stood beside her, watching the screen. "We're close," Athena said. "Enemy fleet detected at range." On the view screen, the alien ships looked like dark blades slicing through the stars. They were fast, strange, and filled with unknown weapons. "They don't know we're here," Derek said, almost smiling. "Yet," Lana gave the order. "Show ourselves." Athena responded instantly. Lights flared on the Spartan shields, powered up, weapons locked, and then they appeared, right in the middle of the alien fleet. For a moment, everything was still. Then the aliens reacted. "Contact," Athena called. "Hostile movement detected." One alien ship broke formation. It moved toward them, scanning. Curious, not yet attacking. "They think we're just a scout," Lana said. "Should we prove them wrong?" Derek asked. Lana nodded. "Yes, targeting enemy vessel," Athena said, firing. A single pulse of energy shot from the Spartan's railgun. It moved faster than light, hitting the alien ship before it could react. The result was instant. The alien ship exploded in silence, torn apart by the force. The rest of the fleet saw it. Understood. This was no scout. This was war. "They are launching. Fighters," Athena warned. Dozens of small alien ships poured from the larger ones. They flew fast, firing glowing beams. "Shields up!" Lana shouted. The Spartan took the first hits. Alarms flashed red. The ship shook. "We're taking damage," Derek yelled. "Athena, evade pattern Delta," Lana ordered. The ship twisted and turned like a snake, dodging most of the next attacks. "Returning fire," Athena said. Railguns roared. Plasma missiles launched. One after another, the alien fighters vanished in bursts of fire. Back on Earth, millions watched. The video feed from the Spartan had been picked up and shared across the world. People stared at their screens, stunned. "What the hell is that?" someone whispered. "That's our ship?" "It's fighting back." Lana didn't have time to see the reaction. She was too busy staying alive. "We need to break through," she said. "Get to the center of the fleet." "You want us to go deeper?" Derek asked. "Yes," she said, "before they realize how many more shots we have left." The Spartan surged forward into the storm of fire and death. The battle had only just begun. The USS Spartan flew through fire and broken ships. The alien fleet was huge, but now they knew the human warship was not just a mistake. It was real, and it was dangerous. Lana Harper stared at the screen. Red warning lights blinked all around her. Smoke rose from a broken panel near the back of the command room. Derek Cole worked fast to fix it, his hands shaking from the last hit they took. "We can't keep this up forever," he said. Athena's calm voice filled the room. "Enemy flagship identified. It is directing the attack." Lana looked at the screen again. There it was. A massive alien ship floating behind the battle like a spider in the center of a web. "Can we reach it?" she asked. "Yes," Athena replied. "But the risk of destruction increases by 40%. Lana didn't answer right away. She thought about Earth, about the people watching, about what would happen if they failed. "Do it," she said, finally. The Spartan turned hard, dodging enemy fire. Railguns fired again and again. Alien fighters exploded in bursts of light. The warship cut through the battlefield like a blade. Back on Earth, panic had turned into something else. Hope. People crowded around phones and TVs. The video feed from the Spartan showed everything. Every shot, every dodge, every kill. Ethan. Blake sat in front of a monitor at his base, watching with wide eyes. "They're really doing it," he whispered. His commander stood behind him, arms crossed. For once, he didn't tell Ethan to be quiet. "Whoever is flying that ship," the commander said slowly, "they might save us all." On board the Spartan, Lana gave new orders. "Athena, Target the enemy flagship. Hit it hard. Target locked, Athena said. Firing in 3, 2. Before she could finish, an explosion rocked the ship. Alarms screamed, lights flickered. We've been hit, Derek shouted. Smoke filled the air. Systems went dark for a few seconds. Then, slowly, power came back. Shields at 30%, Athena reported. Weapons still functional. Good, Lana said, coughing. Then let's finish this. She pressed the firing button herself. The railgun fired, the missile flew, and then a flash, a shockwave. Silence. The alien flagship cracked down the middle. Fire poured from its sides. Then it was gone, crushed in a ball of flame and dust. The rest of the alien ships slowed. Their attacks stopped. One by one they turned and flew away. The Spartan floated in space, damaged, burning, but alive. Lana leaned back in her seat, breathing hard. They had done it. They had won. For now. The USS Spartan floated in the silence after the battle. Smoke drifted through its halls. Lights flickered. Somewhere deep inside, a broken pipe hissed steam into the air. Lana Harper sat in her seat, breathing hard. The screen showed what was left of the alien fleet, scattered, broken, running. They're leaving, Derek Cole said, staring at the view screen. Athena's voice came calmly through the speakers. Enemy ships are retreating beyond Mars orbit. Lana let out a breath. She didn't know she was holding. They had won. But for how long? Status report, she said. Shields down to 10%, Athena replied. Engine 2 damaged. Weapon systems functional, but railgun heat levels near critical. We got lucky, Derek muttered, checking the damage readouts. Luck had nothing to do with it, Lana said. We fought smart. Meanwhile, back on Earth, the world was waking up to what had just happened. The video feed from the Spartan had gone everywhere. People cheered in the streets. News anchors shouted over each other. Ethan Blake stood outside the military base watching a TV in a shop window. He saw the alien flagship explode and felt something like pride. He had helped get the truth out. Now, everyone knew. But not everything was celebration. In government buildings and military centers, leaders argued. Who gave them permission? One general asked. It doesn't matter, another replied. They saved us. On board the Spartans, Alana and Derek worked to keep the ship alive. We need to get back to Earth, Derek said. Not yet, Lana said. We still don't know why they came here, Athena interrupted. New signal detected, unknown origin. The screen changed. A new blip appeared. Far beyond the edge of the solar system. Something else was out there. Could be more aliens, Derek said. Or maybe something worse, Lana whispered. Just then the comms crackled. For the first time in hours, they picked up a message from Earth. This is Command Central. We see what you did. Return to base immediately. Lana looked at Derek. He shrugged. Should we listen? He asked. Maybe, she said. But first, we take a closer look at that signal. Athena's voice was calm. Course change initiated. The Spartan turned again, flying toward the unknown. Behind them, Earth celebrated. Ahead of them, something waited, and neither Lana nor Derek were ready to stop fighting just yet. The USS Spartan moved silently through deep space far beyond Mars. The battle was over, but Lana Harper knew this wasn't the end. Something had brought the aliens here, and she needed to know why. Athena, can you trace the signal? She asked. Yes, Athena replied. Origin point, 1.2 million kilometers ahead. Lana looked at Derek Cole, who sat near the weapons panel, cleaning a burn mark off his glove. You still with me? She asked. He smirked. Wouldn't miss this for anything. The ship pushed forward, engines humming. Damage lights blinked across the control panels, reminding them how close they were to breaking apart. Back on Earth, things were changing, fast. People cheered for the crew of the Spartan. Videos of the battle played on every screen. Schools paused lessons. Families gathered around radios. For the first time in years, humanity felt proud. Ethan Blake stood outside a military building, watching it all unfold. He had gone from being ignored to being recognized, People called him a hero for leaking the truth, but he didn't care about that. All he cared about was the Spartan Sao, still out there, flying into danger. On board the ship, Lana and Derek reached the source of the signal. It wasn't a ship. It wasn't even alien. It was human. "What the hell?" Derek whispered, staring at the screen. There, floating in space, was an old Earth vessel, the USS Wanderer, missing for over 20 years. "Athena, scan for life signs," Lana said. "No life detected. Ship systems are mostly offline." Lana made a decision. We board her. With careful movements, the Spartan docked with the Wanderer, air seals checked, pressure stabilized. Lana and Derek stepped inside. Dust floated in the dim light. Broken screens. Rusted metal. It looked like a ghost ship. They moved through the halls, guns ready. Then they found it. The command center. Inside, a single data drive remained. Athena connected to it instantly. "Data recovered," she said. "Message recorded 31 years ago." A voice filled the room. Tired, scared. "If anyone finds this, run. We were not the first, and we will not be the last." The message ended. Lana and Derek stared at each other. Someone else had been here before the aliens, and they hadn't survived. Outside, the stars stayed silent, but somewhere, something was watching, waiting, and the Spartan had just become its next target. Lana Harper stared at the screen as the old message played again. The voice was weak, scared. Whoever had left it didn't survive. Derek Cole stood beside her, gripping his tool like a weapon. "This changes everything," he said. Athena's calm voice filled the room. "New data suggests alien presence in this sector began long before human records." Lana swallowed hard. "They've been here longer than we thought." The USS Spartan floated near the broken USS Wanderer, both ships silent in the cold dark of space. The battle with the alien Armada was over, but now something worse had appeared. A warning, a truth buried in time, and the Spartan had found it. Back on Earth, the celebrations were still going strong. People cheered for the crew who saved their planet. Governments argued about what to do next. Ethan Blake watched it all from a quiet corner of a military base, knowing the real story hadn't reached Earth yet. He knew Lana wouldn't stop. Not now. Not ever. On board the Spartan, Lana gave new orders. "Athena, can you trace more signals? Like this?" "Yes," Athena replied. "Multiple sources detected beyond Pluto orbit. Then that's where we go next." Derek looked at her like she was crazy. "You're serious?" "Deadly," she said. "If there's more out there, we need to know." The ship hummed as systems powered up. Engines fired. Slowly the Spartan turned away from Earth and toward the unknown. Weeks passed. Then months. Contact with the ship became rare. But sometimes deep space telescopes picked up flashes of light far beyond the edge of known space. Shots fired. Battles fought. And always, the Spartan kept moving. Years later, Earth remembered the forgotten warship not just as a weapon but as a symbol. Of courage. Of curiosity. Of the will to fight, even when no one else could. And somewhere, far from home, Lana and Derek still flew, among the stars, alone, armed, watching, waiting, because they knew the truth. Earth had won one battle. But the war, it had only just begun.